Hey, I was reading Matthew 7:6 and 12 to 14, and I found it quite interesting. Have you read those verses before?
Yeah, I have. Those are some pretty powerful teachings. What stood out to you?
Well, verse 6 says, "Do not give dogs what is holy. Do not throw your pearls before pigs, lest they trample them underfoot and turn to attack you." I was wondering what Jesus meant by that.
That's a good question. I think Jesus is telling us to be discerning about sharing spiritual truths. Not everyone is ready or willing to appreciate the gospel, and sharing it with those who are hostile or dismissive can be unproductive, or even harmful.
That makes sense. It's like knowing when and how to share important things with others, right?
Exactly. It's not about judging others but being wise about when and where to share sacred things. It's also about protecting the value of what is holy and not allowing it to be disrespected.
Got it. Now verses 12 to 14 are also interesting. Verse 12 is the golden rule. "So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets."
Yes, the golden rule is such a profound yet simple guideline for living. Treating others as we want to be treated encapsulates the essence of many of Jesus' teachings and the moral teachings of other traditions too.
It's so simple but can be quite challenging to practice consistently, don't you think?
Definitely, it requires empathy and self-awareness, but it's a powerful principle that can transform relationships and communities if everyone strives to live by it.
And then verses 13 and 14 talk about the narrow gate. "Enter through the narrow gate. For wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it."
Yeah, those verses remind us that following Jesus and living according to his teachings can be difficult. The path to true life is demanding and requires commitment and sacrifice, unlike the easier, more popular path that leads to destruction.
It's kind of sobering to think about how few people might actually find that narrow path.
It is, but I think it's also an encouragement to persevere and stay committed to our faith, even when it's challenging or we feel like we're going against the current of popular culture.
True. These verses are a good reminder to be intentional and mindful about our actions and the path we choose.
Absolutely. And they encourage us to support each other in our journeys, helping one another stay on that narrow path.
Thanks for discussing this with me. It's really helpful to talk it through.
Anytime. I enjoy these conversations too. It helps to deepen our understanding and keep us motivated on our faith journey.